Hey everyone, it's me, Alexander Membrane, and today we're gonna learn about the use of can. And we can use this modal verb in three forms. The first one is the affirmative form. In affirmative form, the modal verb can comes between the subject and the main verb. For example, we can take the train to London. Here, can is between the subject and the verb. The negative form of can is can't. For example, I can't believe you say that. We can use the full form cannot for formal context or emphasize something. For example, I cannot understand why she behaves like that. The third form is the question form. In this case, the modal verb and the subject change their position. For example, can this really be true? In this case, the modal verb is in the beginning of the sentence. We use can or can't for question text. For example, you can take photos inside the museum, can you? Or Arthur can speak English, can't he? We often use can to ask for or give permissions. For example, to ask for, can I take you for a walk? Or give a permission. Students can use calculator during the exam. We use can for an ability to do something in the present or in the future. For example, I can sing one song in English. Or, can you smell something burning? We use can for general truth. Fireworks can frighten pets. Thank you for watching.
May. We can use may to making a guess. If we're less certain that our guess is correct, we use may. For example, the manager may be in a meeting. And we can use may not if we're not sure about our guess. Also, we can use may to ask for permission. For example, may I leave early today?
Well, I am going to explain how to use might for permissions. But first of all, we need to know what is might. And what is might? Might is a modal verb. Might is the past form of the modal verb made. And might is the most formal way for asking permission. Now, I am going to try to explain how to use might for permissions. Here I have some examples. The first example said, might I ask a question? This is the modal verb might, and always that we use might for asking permission, we put might at the beginning of the sentence. I have another example here. Might I see your credit card? I have another example. Might I see your driver license? This is the modal verb might. And well, these are some examples how to use might for asking permissions. But now, what is the difference between can and may? The difference is because both mean the same, but the difference is that we use can't for asking permission, but is an informal way, and may is also for asking permission, but is the most formal way for asking permission. That is the difference.
Okay, hello guys. In this lesson, I talking about a permission, specifically could. Well, could is a formal or polite way to asking for a permission. We use could for permissions in the past and for permissions in the future. But we don't use could when we give or refuse a permission. For example, in the past, you couldn't wear jeans at my old school. This is in the negative form. And this is in the positive form. You could wear jeans at my old school. For example, when you asking for a permission, you use this structure. Could I use your bathroom? Well, according with the previous point, what is the correct answer? Yes, you can. Yes, you could. Or for refuse a permission, no, you can't, or no, you couldn't. But we don't use could for give or for refuse a permission. Okay, according with the lesson, we can use could for asking for a permission, yes or no? It's correct, yes. You can use could for asking for a permission. We can use could for giving a permission, yes or no? No. And we can use could for refusing a permission, yes or no? No. Well, it's all from me.
Hello teacher, my name is Selena, are the group of 4. In this case, I will explain about of the be allowed to permission. Be allowed to permission is we use the talking about the permission or rules. In this case, for example, are we allowed to take photos in the museum? Are we allowed to take photos in the museum? Are we is noun. Allowed to is permission in the sentences. And we use be allowed to when talking about permission by not the sentences that you are asking. In this case, be allowed to is used asking for the person in a job, in a school, or in other situation. And for instance, we would say I was allowed to backstage after and their attend. And other example is in class we are not allowed to show gum. In this case, are not allowed to is rule. And 2, in a museum, people are not allowed to take a picture, is a rule. And finally, we were allowed to go home early last Friday. In this case, has a Now, and after allowed to is a permission.
Hello, my name is Naomi. In this lesson, we are going to solve some exercise. Okay, and the indication is read each conversation and decide whether the situation is formal or informal. The first thing is to divide which are formal and informal permission, and the permission that are can, may, might, could, and be allowed to. Okay, can is informal permission, and can is a modal verb, and that the permit to end, and can is used in the present simple, and the negative for the can is cannot. Okay, cannot. The other permission is could. Okay, is this in the past? They can't. Okay, let's see. Read each conversation and decide whether the situation is formal or informal. Then choose the best word in the list. Okay, the exercise 1. Good morning. Is this a valid insurance? The option is could or can I speak to Mr. Camphor? Okay, the correct option in this sentence is could. The correct option is could, and the situation is formal. Okay? Let's see. Letter B. This is Mr. Camphor. Hello, Mr. Camphor. The option is may, and I am allowed to ask you some questions about your house insurance. What is the correct option in this sentence? Okay, is may I, and the situation is formal. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm rather busy at the moment. Well, the option is can or might. I will call back later. And the correct option in this sentence is may, meet, and the situation is formal. Okay, the second exercise is no doubt everyone has given their option, and I think it's time to check about. Mr. Chairman, the option is may and can I ask a question about the sale figures before we vote? Okay, the correct option is can. In this situation is informal. Okay, and now I am afraid for me means not and can we already spent too long on this.
Well, hello. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about permission. So, when you ask for permission in English, you're gonna use can, the affirmative way, cannot or can't, the negative way, and be allowed to. For example, there is a little bit confused about permission and ability because we use the same word cannot, but uh, for example, I'm gonna give you an example about ability. You can't play the guitar. There is an ability, but when you ask for permission, let's imagine you're driving your car and you wanna park it in a specific place. You can say, hey, can I park my car over here? You are asking for permission. Let's take a deeper look. you can't use your mobile phone here, but you are allowed to eat ice cream. So you can't use your cell phone, your mobile phone. We know knows everybody knows how to use a cell phone until a child knows how to use a cell phone. But in this case, someone else uh, doesn't allow me um, to use this cell phone. So I can't use my cell phone in that specific place. For example, if you are a policeman, you know how to use a firearm. But if you get into a bank, uh, the watchman is gonna say to you, "Hey, you can't carry your firearm into this place because you are not allowed to use it or to carry it." Something like that. Let's see the second example. You can eat here, so you are allowed to bring your own food. Let's imagine you are in a conference and the speaker says to you, "Hey, you can eat here. Uh, you are allowed to bring your own food." So you are allowed. There is about permission. The third one says Mario can wear socks here, but he is not allowed to wear shoes. Uh, for example, if you move to this country, to China, there are some restaurants that you cannot into that place with wearing shoes. So you're gonna take off your shoes. Uh, that's why this sentence is about it. Mario can wear socks here, but he's not allowed to wear shoes. Sorry. So
Stay a while,